Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Richard Evans once said, "The more I study history, the more I realize how little mankind has changed. There are no new scripts, just different actors." Speaking of history, it's time to fondly reminisce on music history. During each episode of Music History, I will inform you of some interesting music events that have happened today, May 30th. Too much time would elapse if I droned on about everything that occurred today. Therefore, I narrowed down the list to 10 major moments. I organized them chronologically. Let's begin. First, on this day in 1944, Lenny Davidson, the lauded lead guitarist for the group the Dave Clark Five, drew his first breath. Happy birthday, Lenny. On this day in 1955, The Clash's top-notch drummer, Topper Headon, was born. Happy birthday to him. On this day in 1964, a splendid member of Santana, Armando Peraza, took his first breath. Happy birthday, Armando. On the very same day in 1964, Tom Morello, the quite gifted guitar player with Rage Against the Machine, Audioslave, and Prophets of Rage, entered the world. Happy birthday, Tom. On this day in 1966, Dolly Parton got married to Carl Dean. They would remain together for more than 50 years. On this day in 1968, the Beatles convened at EMI Studios to start recording their wonderful White Album. Revolution was actually the first track to be completed. Despite numerous disagreements that broke out among the Fab Four, the White Album was eventually released to the public that November. Bolstered by magnificent tunes such as Blackbird, Helter Skelter, and While My Guitar Gently Weeps, sales predictably went through the roof. On this day in 1987, David Bowie commenced his Glass Spider Tour, which would span 87 shows total. Bowie's set prominently featured a humongous arachnid measuring approximately 64 feet wide and 60 feet tall. The legs were also outfitted with 20,000 different LEDs. 43 trucks were tasked with transporting the massive set. If you didn't have arachnophobia before you attended the show, you probably did by the time you left. On this day in 1992, Paul Simon, formerly of Simon and Garfunkel, wed fellow musician Edie Brickell. They ended up having 2 sons and a daughter together. On this day in 1997, Neil Young was forced to pull the plug on his European tour after he injured his finger while fixing a ham sandwich. I wonder if he switched to turkey sandwiches from that point forward. Last, but certainly not least, on this day in 2013, an all-new Johnny Cash-themed museum flung open its doors in Nashville, Tennessee. The project was brought to bear thanks to a tireless collaboration between duo Bill Miller and Shannon Miller. It proudly boasts the most extensive collection of Johnny Cash items that you can find on the planet. Well, that's it. What's your favorite thing that transpired on May 30th? I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.